I think it's a meditation stool. And be nice, Ben. They've embraced minimalism. Emily explained it. It's about freeing yourself from material possessions to achieve mental clarity.
My mind has never been clearer about one thing. I need a cushion. And did you see Mark's face when I asked where the TV was? He looked at me like I had just asked for permission to start a small fire in the middle of his living room. We don't believe in passive entertainment anymore, Ben. We prefer to actively engage with the silence. I didn't know silence was something you could engage with. I've mostly just been trying to avoid it my whole life.
You have to admit, it was peaceful. No TV blaring, no distractions. It was nice to just talk.
Was it, though? Was it talking or was it being lectured? I don't think I got a single sentence in about my new project at work. Instead, I got a 40-minute dissertation on the spiritual benefits of fermenting your own cabbage and the life-altering magic of tongue scraping. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've gone my whole life with an unscraped tongue, and I've been fine.
They're just passionate about their new lifestyle. People get excited when they discover something that works for them. You have to support them.
I am trying to be supportive, but it's difficult when dinner is a small bowl of lukewarm lentil soup that tasted vaguely of disappointment, followed by something called avocado cacao mousse that had the texture of thick, healthy mud. I saw you, Maya. You were pushing it around the bowl with your spoon just like I was, trying to make it look like you were eating it.
Okay, the mousse wasn't my favorite. And I was really looking forward to one of Emily's classic lasagnas. Remember her lasagnas? The ones with all the cheese and garlic bread on the side? That was true happiness.
Exactly. Where is that Emily? The Emily who would laugh so hard at a stupid movie that she'd snort. Tonight, she just had this serene, placid smile the whole time. It was like talking to a very friendly robot. When I told that joke about the penguin, the one she usually loves, she just tilted her head and said, "It's so interesting how humor is often a defense mechanism against our own inner turmoil." It completely killed the punchline.
She's just calmer now. Maybe it's good for her. She was so stressed out at her old job.
Is she calm or is she just subdued? That's what I can't figure out. It feels like Mark is the one driving this whole train. He's the one who's read all the books and has all the theories. Did you notice every time Emily started to say something, he'd jump in and kind of finish her thought, but he'd finish it with his own philosophy?
I did notice that a couple of times. I asked her about the painting she was working on, and she started to tell me about it, but then Mark interrupted to explain how they're channeling their creativity into their nutritional journey now. She didn't bring up her art again after that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like her entire personality has been minimized along with the furniture. The final straw for me was when he brought out that Tibetan singing bowl. I thought, oh, cool, some music. But no, he made us all close our eyes while he cleansed our auras. I peeked, Maya. You had a pained look on your face that I haven't seen since we had to sit through your cousin's 3-hour wedding slideshow.
I did not. I was embracing the cleansing. My aura feels very clean now. Thank you very much.
Your aura is begging for a cheeseburger. Admit it.
Okay, yes, it was weird. It was more than weird. It was unsettling. It felt like we were visiting people who were performing a play about their own lives. It didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel like them. I miss my friends.
Me too. I miss laughing with them. I miss talking about normal, everyday things. I miss eating food that requires chewing.
Do you think they're happy?
I think they are desperately trying to be happy. I think they've convinced themselves that this is the only path to happiness, and they are following the rules so strictly that they've forgotten how to just live. It feels fragile, Like, if you offered Mark a slice of pizza, his entire belief system would crumble.
So what do we do? Do we just not see them anymore? It feels like we have nothing in common with them right now.
No, we can't do that. They're still our friends, somewhere under all that beige linen and fermented cabbage. How about this? Next time, we invite them out to a neutral location, a restaurant, one with comfortable chairs and a diverse menu that includes gluten. We'll see if we can get the real Mark and Emily to come out and play for a couple of hours.
That's a good idea. A rescue mission for our friends' personalities.
Exactly. Operation Bring Back the Banter. But first, he points to a brightly lit sign on the side of the road ahead. Operation Immediate Calorie Intake. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
A large pizza with everything on it?
You read my aura perfectly.
Well, that was a lovely evening. It's been way too long since we just hung out at David's place. He looked genuinely happy to see us.
He really did, and his new apartment is great. That balcony has an amazing view of the city. I was surprised he got all that set up so quickly. Boxes are usually my mortal enemy for at least 6 months.
Tell me about it. I still have that one miscellaneous box from our move that I'm too scared to open. But you're right, he's done a fantastic job. The food was great too. I need to get that recipe for the baked feta pasta he made.
It was delicious. He's always been a good cook. It was a perfect, relaxed evening. Well, almost perfect.
Almost? What do you mean? Did I miss something? I thought everything went great. We laughed, we ate, we caught up.
No, you're right, it did. It's just, did you find Sarah a bit off tonight?
Sarah, David's sister? I didn't think so. She seemed her usual bubbly self to me. She was telling me all about her new pottery class and how she's basically living in a permanent state of being covered in clay.
That's the thing. On the surface, yes, she was telling the funny stories, she was laughing along with everyone, but did you catch those moments when she thought no one was looking? When you and David were clearing the plates, I saw her standing by that big bookshelf of his, just staring at the books. She looked incredibly sad, Liam, like a deep, profound sadness.
Really? I completely missed that. I was too busy trying not to drop David's fancy new plates. Sad? Sarah's always been the life of the party, the one who pulls everyone onto the dance floor.
Exactly. Remember last Christmas at Mark's party? She was the one who organized that ridiculous karaoke battle. Tonight, the energy just wasn't the same. When David put on that 90s playlist she loves, she just kind of smiled faintly. Normally, she'd be the first one up using a wine bottle as a microphone.
Now that you mention it, you're right. I did think it was a bit quiet on the music front. I just assumed she was tired. She mentioned her boss has been running them ragged at the firm.
Maybe, but there was more. I went to the kitchen to get a glass of water, and she was in there, on her phone. She swiped it away so fast when I walked in, but I saw her expression. She looked like she was on the verge of tears. I asked her if she was okay, and she just blinked really fast and said, "Oh, absolutely. Just deleting old photos to free up space. You know how it is."
Whoa. That's not a normal reaction. And the quick phone swipe is a classic don't look at my screen move. You think it's about her and Tom?
I think it has to be. She didn't mention him once all night, which is the most telling sign, isn't it? For the past 2 years, every other sentence has been, Tom and I did this, or Tom thinks that. Tonight, radio silence. Not a single mention of his name.
That is so true. I didn't even realize it until you said it. When I was talking about our weekend hike, I half expected her to chime in with a story about a time she and Tom went hiking, but she just nodded along. Oh, That poor thing. They seemed so perfect together.
They did, but there was that one weird moment. Remember when David was telling that story about his disastrous camping trip, the one where the tent blew away?
Yes, with the raccoon that stole his marshmallows. Hilarious.
Right, and he got to the part where he had to sleep in his car, and out of nowhere, Sarah just muttered, "At least the car is reliable." The comment hung in the air for a second. It was so bitter and out of place. David and I just kind of looked at each other, and then he quickly carried on with the story.
Oh my God. I remember that now. It was so jarring. I thought maybe I'd misheard her. So she's comparing Tom to an unreliable tent that blows away and David's car to something dependable. That's some heavy subtext right there.
Heavy is an understatement. I feel like we just watched the ghost of a relationship float through the room all evening. She was there, but she wasn't. It was like she was performing a version of herself, the happy Sarah everyone expects, but the real Sarah was hurting underneath.
That makes me so sad. And it makes me feel bad for not noticing. I gave her a big hug when we left and said, "We have to do this again soon." And she said, "Definitely." But now I feel like I should have pulled her aside. I should have asked if she really was okay.
Don't feel bad, Chloe. You were being a good friend, keeping the mood light and fun, which is probably what she needed in that moment. If she wanted to talk about it, she would have. Forcing it might have just made her clam up even more.
Maybe. But it just feels like such a lonely thing to go through. Plastering on a smile at your brother's dinner party while your heart is breaking. Did David say anything to you?